All right, and now we're jumping into the final game here between, or the potentially final game, frankly, between C9 and Gen G. It's looking a little dire here for C9. Game 1 had a lot of good potential in it, but Game 2, that they just got choked out. There was no chance. The priority being given up in the mid lane and top lane kind of was the nail in the coffin, kind of their own death sentence. Because if Perks can't get out of lane, not much is going to happen. Blabber on the Poppy, while really good to counter the Rakan and the Lee Sin, just was not a comfortable pick for him. I don't think he didn't get a lot done. He didn't read the map, I think, well enough and react to their plays well enough. It does seem like C9's in good spirits from the smiles and the facial expressions we're seeing on the team. But right now, do they just go back to like kind of bare bones ideas, like just going back to like what the meta sort of is here? Because I mean, the bot lane was pretty stock and standard, and the Malphite was sort of a special pick. But now it's, you know, they're giving Fudge the Graves, and Gen G just not really needing to change anything. And Gen G kind of reading like, hey, if you guys want to play towards what Blabber normally does, we're going to start getting rid of those options. So there goes the Olaf, one of Blabber's like special picks that could really do a lot of work, honestly. But if it's not going to be on the table, it's not going to be on the table. And now Blabber needs to find another option elsewhere. The Xin Zhao is going to go away. So Gen G punishing the lack of a jungle pick right now. C9 on the other side kind of limiting at least one top laner and the Azir, because I guess they don't have an answer for that too much, or Perks just want to deal with it in the mid lane. And now Gen G, they can kind of keep to whatever they were doing before. They can finish off their top lane matchup. That's what I would expect here. Rascal, perfectly fine to take the Renekton, although it hasn't been the most popular or winningest champion in the game in the tournament. 42% win rate's not too bad, but luckily has been a little absent from the champion select screens in the tournament. Now C9 got to round out the rest of their comp here. It's sticking with blue side this whole time, might I add. Which, sure, I guess like they're just really happy to keep the ban advantages that they do and threaten the Yuumi. But C9 may actually pick up the Syndra for Perks this time. So we're on a little stock and standard. The Syndra's priority actually rising massively here. And now, alrighty, here comes the Jarvan for, frankly, Blabber or Fudge. It can go either way. I would almost expect it to go on to Fudge because he's actually piloted the top lane Jarvan more than I think anyone else in this tournament. It just seems really curious at this point, because C9 at this point just have to be better than Gen G from the early points of this game here. Zoe secured for BDD. That priority is still going to be kind of over in BDD's favor just because that's how Zoe works with the Paddle Star. So yeah, I kind of need to see. Yep, that's going to be Blabber with the Jarvan. So Blabber with a proactive jungler. I like this. I like Fudge with the Graves here, just able to, you know, you can kind of sack Graves more or less and just leave him on an island, and he's going to do well. He's going to sustain well. He's going to wave clear well. So Blabber should be able to actually have a lot of opportunities to play with Perks, play with Vulcan, get Perks then ahead. I wouldn't really expect too much need for attention topside on the side of Cloud9. Gen G on the other side, they're kind of free and open. Like they can just react to whatever, or especially if they can have their own game plan, of course. Like play proactively, don't play to not lose. But it's kind of on C9 to like find the window, find the opportunity to like win this one out. I think they end up having sort of like the better late game, all things considered, at least across with the damage board, because Renekton really falls off. Gen G though, they've got themselves a really good setup here, top side here with Renekton into the Lee Sin. Can kind of be a death sentence for Fudge playing into this if he disrespects the combo a little too much. So yeah, this is make or break time here for North America, for Cloud9. Cloud9 need to start pulling this one out here. If they can get to game 4, Perks can carry this. And they can still bring this one back here. So NA hopes need to go out here, start getting your Spirit Bomb arms up and ready. Give Cloud9 your energy to try to pull this one out. Meanwhile, Gen G though, they keep it together. They keep this together just long enough, and they can find themselves one step closer to that grand finals, which would be kind of like a very massive upset of expectation considering a lot of the talk around Genji's kind of, boring kind of play, frankly. Ruler not going to get spotted out here. I think Vulcan, yep, they're just kind of peeking around here. So what I really kind of want to be interested in seeing is like C9 actually like having some more proactive play after first skulls are taken, because that's stock and standard at this point. I really want to see what they can do, what Blabber can frankly do. We're going for an invade, so C9 still staying with these proactive ideas, staying with these proactive plays. I think they're going to be looking for a 3 buff here, a 3 buff start for Blabber. He's going to be able to take the red camp, and maybe even like the Krug's camp. And no one's really gonna be wise. There's no vision in their jungle defensively. There kind of really isn't a reason for it. So Blabber's gonna be able to get chickens and get the red buff stolen away from Klid, from Genji. Perk's holding out a little bit better here. Both a lot of heavy trading. Blabber, I think, oh, he's looking for this here. This could be a really cheeky level 2. Perks is going to dodge the damage from the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. And now, it's not set up well enough here. I think Blabber like stepped a little bit too close or too soon, and BDD was able to read it. Now they know they are actually aware of this 3 buff option. And now what's going to be the play from Genji to sort of counter the steps? Could be a re-engage here, knock up on to Vulcan, but the damage is actually not traded out all too well here. Sven trying to recover after putting probably too much damage into some minions, honestly. And now Klid's going to come on over and say hi to Blabber here. Blue buff versus red buff. I would kind of put the favor onto Blabber at least at the start. And now Sleepy Trouble Ball going to connect on to Perks. Going to send him down a little bit. It's going to be a re-engage here. It's going to be a knock-up. Can they actually get the final damage off Blabber? It's going to be able to get the auto attack, and that's going to be first blood over to Blabber. Can they get second blood here? 100 health here on to Klid, but they are not going to go further than that. Perks going to retain his flash and teleport here. Not willing to give over that free summoner spell to Klid, and he doesn't even he misses a stun there on the BDD. So Perks ready to back off, spend some of that assist gold, and that's a much better start here for C9 right now. Bot lane still kind of holding their own quite well, and top lane a little bit of favor for Rascal early on, not too worrying. Once we get probably past like level 4, especially level 6. And there's enough stats sort of going into Fudge's corner. Fudge, oh boy, it's going to be a catch out here for Sven. Going to be a re-engage. He's going to be able to survive this, but Vulcan kind of needing to get out. It's going to be a summoner. It's going to be both summoner spells used on the side of Sven. And I think we're about to have another dive here onto Fudge. Your BDD has arrived as well. Blabber is not backed in time here. He's not going to be able to help Fudge out at all. And Fudge is just going to go down. He's going to be trying to back off. But there's... oh, this is actually tragedy in the making here. They're just waiting for that wave to arrive here. I don't think there's going to be much else for Blabber to do. He's just going to head out mid lane. And Fudge, I think he's just actually going to try just 1v1 here with Rascal. He's going to give it over. No assist over. I like this. I do like this. This is actually really good from Fudge. He reads the situation, realizes he can't really get out of this. So when the wave arrives here, he starts just going in on to Rascal to make it just a 1-for-1 trade here. No assist gold goes over. In effect, Klid and BDD have kind of like wasted their time. Fudge is going to be able to actually teleport back. So he's salvaging this entire situation quite well, and he doesn't really lose a lot of CS. And a lot of, like, the first, that gold going over to Rascal may make this top lane like a little bit harder for Fudge, but he still has the range advantage. He's still going to be able to actually like hold out a lot better and hold out quite effectively, because he's not exactly behind the curve of the game. So his ability to like wave clear and hold his own in this mid lane, in this top lane, is going to be perfectly fine. So I think Fudge actually just did his team a giant favor, and may have, kind of just occupied Klid and BDD's time here for not a lot of gain. Blabber now got to be caught out a little bit here. BDD engine and Life making their way over. It's going to be a flash used. Can they actually get any re-engage? It's going to be a Zenith Blade on. It's going to be a knock up. BDD is going to be caught out here. Level 4 here only on Sven. He's going to actually get the kill onto BDD. Now C9 going forward here. Stun and into this flash stun from... oh, it's going to be a catch out. The auto attack from Sven following up. And that's going to be a double kill over to Sven. Finally getting this guy on the board here, getting this guy involved in the early action. I like to see this. Blabber gonna just keep stealing camps here. This is a great start here from C9. This is what we need to see. This is the proactivity that we need to see. This is actually like playing into Blabber finally in a way. Like he's not gonna be able to be like the hyper carry, but it's like follow the plays that are there from him and Vulcan. So this is really good start from them. Gen G kind of being caught on the back foot on a few times here. They thought they actually had Blabber, but then like Cloud9 just like just go back into this, and they make money from it. They just turn it into money. Yeah, Q auto just able to follow him across the bow, and that will take out life. So proactivity from C9, plenty of it. And I just need to make sure they're not going to throw it too much. Goal lead in their favor, probably for the first time in a long time. Will feel pretty well. But Klid's going to step forward. It's going to be here in the alcove. And Sven and Vulcan need to be pretty careful here. Level 6 is still not available. So kind of, I wonder if they're looking for just a counter gank. Klid really far forward in the lane here in this brush. The alcove giving him that sort of free gap close. Blabber is over by Krugs, but he is backing. And all right, so they're going to spot Klid. So Klid wasting a little bit of time here. Blabber's gonna be able to get out on the map. Looks like he's gonna be heading topside. He's got 2 camps up and available there, and a good almost it's like 11. Was it 314 CS lead for Blabber in the jungle? So it's been able to get a lot of good work done. Yeah, 1-0-2, 100% kill participation for Blabber right now. He's been getting work done. Blabber is in this game out the gates, and that's exactly what we need to see. Gen G on the other side, it's going to be a little rough start here for them. They are still in quite a decent position here. They're going to be, I don't think they're going to be aware of this chicken steal here from Blabber. But I think there's, this comp actually from Gen G ends up feeling like a really low damage comp now that I look at it. Are we going to be looking for a dive here on the Rascal? No teleport for BDD right now. C9 should be tracking that. But if Rascal steps a little bit too far forward, and he's not, so they're actually going to be able to just maintain control here around the Herald. So first Herald's going to go over to C9 this time. Let's hope they can use it right for this game. Because I think that was like the last great hope that C9 had of trying to pull themselves back into game 2. But Gen G kind of arriving. Life and Rascal looking for it, but I think Life, you might have actually found yourself in a heap of trouble here. Unleash Power still not used by Perks, just scaring away the members of Gen G. Perks with plenty of mana is going to step out and away from the Paddle Star. And now Gen G just kind of biding their time here. They haven't really like made any decisions or made any actions to try to like adjust or save anything. It's going to be at least a consolation prize of at least 1 turret plate while they went and took Herald. So very unfortunate turn of events here. Not really like turning at least that opportunity around, because I mean, you watch LS break out a calculate and he'll let you know why like overcommitting resources topside can be a very poor decision for just Herald. But Ruler not really taking advantage of just being in an AFK lane there. So right now 2 kills for Sven, 1 kill on to Blabber. CS leads are pretty set and even. Yeah, you know, Fudge is right back where he was in terms of CS. He's kept it close since Rascal, so that I think that play from Fudge can be pretty much a defining point for just how well they've been able to stick with this. But Vulcan's going to get caught out here. Hex flashed over to try to clear. He's going to jump on to BD instead. BD going to use the portal jump to try to bring this one back and around here. But kick into Vulcan. Klid using Blabber as an execution weapon to prevent Vulcan from making it out of there alive. And now Sven's been chunked out heavily by Ruler. No ultimate on Klid, but he's not really going to need it. He's going to actually be able to get the slow. And there's not going to be much else to really be done here. 2 kills over. Shutdown gold going over to Klid. Blabber trying to keep up with this, but it's just going to be just him right now. Life has arrived, and he can deliver this. No, don't really want to go for it. They're just going to keep letting Ruler just wail onto this turret. And that's actually a really good, like, this is what Gen G have been waiting for. They've been waiting for the mistake from C9 to capitalize on, and Vulcan using his Hex Flash to get over. And Perks, I think you might be in a little bit of trouble here. No Paddle Star from BDD. Oh, he's going to try to get a quick jump on him. Yeah, and Flash is having to be traded there. Now Gen.G have control of the map right now, and they're going to be able to actually take this Drake here. So first Drake's going to go over to Gen.G. Again, regardless of how the beginning of this game has gone here, the game is now back to even with those two shutdown kills on to Klid. So Klid, once again, on this Lee Sin, being kind of a monster. Like, I think we're kind of saying why like Lee Sin was banned because of just the potential of the character, but Klid is just putting this. He's just putting Lee Sin like on the map in a whole new way here. Herald's gonna go down. This should be a normal Herald that actually gets them turret plates. Fingers crossed here, guys. Yep, so that's gonna be 2 turret plates, 3 turret plates over. Actually, a little bit of bonus gold there, bonus damage from the minions will help secure that. But yeah, C9, they're on the edge here. They need to actually make sure they don't really give too much else away. Vulcan going a little bit deep into the jungle right now, not really paying too much mind to it. It's going to be actually get the connection onto BDD, but can they actually get the rest of the damage off here? Unleashed power used by perks, and that's just not going to be enough here. BDD surviving on like 110 health, levels up to level 9. I think, yep. Oh no, Sven, I don't know. I think he's trying to actually get the secured kill onto BDD, but life is here to defend. Klid top side, luckily not here to ruin those plans, but it comes to nothing. And Zen's gonna go down to try to catch the rest of this wave. So still looking for all these plays, still looking to try to actually get something done here, get a few more kills on a little more in that death column for BDD. But not much to come of it just yet.
Saving the game there for C9 while they siege bot, but the game is almost in an even state. The problem is C9 can push Gen.G out of their bot side the whole game long. Gen.G have flash on Rakan, so Perks has to be quite careful. This is where the war is.
Okay. Whole bunch of trouble here being collected around mid lane. Actually, all 4 here mid lane here. I don't really know what they're positioning for. They've kind of left Ruler bot side. CS lead kind of going over in his favor. Herald might be up now. Blabber and company gonna roam through the jungle, kind of looking for trouble, looking for someone to actually get caught out. Rascal's gonna be in the. He's gonna get Cataclysm. He's gonna be able to actually dodge out. So they've actually moved like all of C9 here to top side. They're gonna actually, I guess they're gonna index everything they've got into this tower. Ruler's gonna just be able to sit bot side, collect waves, collect the turret gold. This is kind of a weird set of moves here by Cloud9. They've taken over all this area, but like. The isolated gold and XP being put onto Ruler, like, he's not a hyper carry character, but it's just not good math. And now we're fighting over this red buff. Sleepy Trouble is going to connect on to Vulcan. He's going to get brought down low here, and the rest of the fight is just going to devolve here. Kill goes over to Fudge here. Perk's actually fighting with BDD backside here. He's going to be able to actually jump away with the Blast Cone. Sleepy Trouble going to connect on to Fudge. BDD trying to actually like connect it, and that's going to be another kill over to Sven. He's should be able to walk this one down here and kill secure here onto BDD. Gore Drinker, or at least a whip from C9 to finish it off from Blabber. Ruler able to actually get that turret killed bot side, and kind of C9 winning this one out just by the fight here. Gen.G opting into a fight that they didn't really need to get into, I don't think. I think just trying to fight for their jungle maybe a little bit too much, but there's also a certain point that if you don't actually contest C9 and they're able to take like the entire topside jungle and all those turret plates, it kind of could really spin this game out of control. So they just kind of go in on to Rascal, and Vulcan kind of dies for this. What Perks shows up with a fantastic like triple knockup with the Scatter of the Weak, and then the fight kind of devolves from there. Perks able to jump out, but like once Ven arrives, like the rest of the kills on the Klid and BD become almost guaranteed. The Gale Force in, and Sven playing with like no fear. This is probably like the most proactive I've seen Sven like all year. It feels like he's finally turning on into like an 80 character. It's like, no, get me involved. I want to fight. I am tired of sitting mid just collecting waves. Let's get out here. Let's get some things done. Might find herself on the edge of another fight. Second Herald's got to go over to C9 as well. So it's been a good trade for at least gold priority instead of Drake priority. Game's going to go late. Should be able to go much later. just for the first Drake being taken. Because if C9 maintain this course and keep their advantage, their roll of advantages up, they're a good like 20 minutes away at the lowest. They're 20 minutes away from actually acquiring Soul. So 35 minutes is looking like the current forecast for this game. Klid's going to secure the second Drake, so this could even go to like a 40-minute game if C9 actually can maintain course. Gen.G just playing really smart, really well here, securing what they can, kind of setting themselves up to have some other win conditions, since they have not been able to do well for Herald acquisition, plate acquisition, and they haven't really won any of these fights really just yet. C9 just with that advantage. This could be second turret going down, and that should be, yep, that's 2-1 turret scoreline. Top side and mid lane turrets are gone, and Fudge going to start working on this one. It should be a 3-1 turret scoreline by now. So Gen.G really in the hurt at this point. Gold lead's going to expand out to about 3K. And C9 looking really well here. This is what we needed to see. They kind of play standard now. They get rid of the cheeky picks, cheeky plays, and they go for super standard. They're holding their own. They've found these skirmishes, they found these fights in the jungle, and it's actually turned out well for them. As opposed to how like game 2 went, sadly. Because that fight bot side, just the double teleport in, really good idea, but it just got read by Gen.G. And it just did not work out like it needed to. Alright. So at this point, like Gen.G kind of once again just waiting for a mistake from C9. There is good agency, there's good sort of engage options with life specifically. Klid has plenty of the mechanical talent to really jump onto someone and kick them into the team. Sleepy Trouble Bubbles from BDD can just, you just go fishing and should be pretty set and square. But Gen.G are gonna need to try to find something here. Rascal's teleporting away. He's teleporting back. I think, yep, they were scared of that collapse onto him. So that's actually a really major cooldown used. That should also provide like C9 with another sort of opening for it to at least provide them a cross map play, or at least a play that Rascal cannot arrive for, because that teleport's not going to be up for the next Drake. So that's a pretty good start, pretty good sign of things. And Blabber once again stealing another camp here. 20 CS lead over Klid at this point. And that's a pretty massive lead for at least jungler stats. That's like a good couple of camps. Let's see. And level advantages. Actually over to Ruler. That would make sense with all the solo time he's had bot side. Level advantage for Fudge. Gonna try to actually secure this. Yep, he's gonna be able to get the Gromp right under Rascal's nose. Beat that, Croc. Alright. So right now it's going to be kind of on C9 to make moves happen. Gen.G kind of still just waiting in the wings, waiting for an opportunity to jump onto anything here. Rascal not going to freeze this wave, going to push it out. So a little less than ideal, I guess, for that set of plays. Next major objective coming up. Baron will be up, but I don't think that'd be a real enough option. C9 not with the advantage that Gen.G had in game 2. Alright, so kind of in a lull state. BDD, I think you're out of, yep, they're going to be able to catch someone else out again here. It's going to be both teleports down here for Gen.G. So this has actually been like kind of a batch of mistakes from Gen.G, honestly, and just positioning and not respecting like the options that C9 has. Fudge is going to get caught out here himself here. He's going to be able to start getting a lot of damage down here. He's going to be able to actually get the quick draw and his shield from the shield bows from his... Yeah, shield bow is going to keep him up and alive. But now C9 kind of split across the map here. Fudge with teleport can join a fight if it breaks out, but I think, oh, it's going to be looking for it now here. Sven and Vulcan overreaching a little bit too far. BDD and Klid trying to actually catch them, but it is not going to work. That's actually going to, that collapse and that moment there onto Fudge is going to actually secure Gen.G a turret without recourse, actually. No counterplay coming out from C9. They're kind of just like meandering in this river, kind of scared of BDD and company. Sleepy Trouble will not connect. And now 28 seconds. Fudge back out on the map here, collecting that bot wave. Trying to get that pushed out here. Sven getting a little bit of poker. That paddle star connecting from BDD. And now comes, getting a little bit more lifesteal. And now the movement's towards Drake. This is where the game can kind of make or break. The gold lead's only 3k in the favor of C9. Very good question of how much gold has actually been spent here. 2 complete items for each AD carry kind of means that there's not too much of a distinct advantage there. Clearing out this vision. C9 stepping forward here. Gen G, though, they got to look for this collapse. They got to look for some sort of catch here. Ruler might actually start setting up for a curtain call. Drake has been started by Gen G. And now C9 trying to actually edge themselves into this. BDD going to be over the wall here. But now that paddle star is going to actually prevent a little bit of a back off here. And it's going to be secured by Clid. Actually, third Drake here going over to Gen G. C9, can they actually get the fight? Can they get the collapse? And they're not going to be able to go for it right here. Clid sitting in the brush. Alrighty. So Gen G actually have put themselves on Soul Point. They are primed to actually take Mountain Soul Point. And that's kind of its own shocking surprise. Genji with a win condition here. Gold lead has not been able to expand much further past 3k. C9 holding themselves together pretty well, but they've got to start actually trying to get more things done here. The turret count is 3-2. The number of plays we've seen in the last like 10 minutes has been, or last like 5 minutes has been pretty null. We've just seen, Genji take 2 in a row. Second one was contested. But C9 just not really like confident in winning the fight there, I guess. They just didn't know where everyone was. And I kind of feel, like Fudge getting caught out there, I think just ended up just removing any sense of agency that C9 had to go into that bot side jungle and really clear out all the vision around the Drake. So kind of missing I think C9 just not calculating what the right step 1 was. And actually starting like on step 2 mistakenly. And, Genji just out in the jungle like looking for that. So they kind of turn that outside of like the 50-50 clutch for the smite by a Clid. They kind of turn that collapse onto Fudge into a turret and into a Drake. Ooh, that's a good bit of damage there by Ruler. Flabber is in some hurt there, my friend. Vulcan going to step over, going to start moving through the river. So C9 without many plays recently. It looks like we might actually have some movement over to the blue buff. I think they're going to try to collapse onto the Renekton. No, he's backed off. So Rastal's backed off. Not going to find himself caught out again. And not using the teleport to escape.
On the side of Cloud9, so much tension building here in an elimination game, backs against the wall versus Gen G moving towards mid lane. The wave is immediately annihilated, so they've bought some more time for the extra push over. Sven going over to Fudge to try and help out on the bottom push, though. Zoe gonna trade just for tower gold.
C9 now on the clock. Zoe guaranteed to get a tower. Can they get one back in return as Ruler comes down to the bottom side? Rascal moving in to delete the wave. C9 very focused on the objective. The
Alright, so they force it out. They get the turret. So that'll be 4 turrets for C9 right now. A little lucky on the play-by-play there. That's fine. I was kind of just watching and absorbing what's happening. So the funny thing is that Cloud9's had the agency, but like what they've been able to do and actually in expanding their gold lead, that's the first thing that they've done in quite a while, in what feels like 10 minutes since they had control of this match. So really, I feel like they've just been roaming around looking for like kills, but Gen G is going to be pretty good about not giving it to them. It's like, what's next for C9? Because there's like 2 more tier 2s to get. There's a minute and 30 basically till the Mountain Soul comes up, and that should be the biggest priority for them. Baron is up and alive, so there's something there that's something to contest, but I don't think that Gen G have a hope of stealing it with the comp that they have, with the damage profile that they have. Gen's just not the best at taking any objective quickly. So it's kind of a gimme moment here for C9. They just need to keep their control, keep their vision line up, and they should be able to actually like really get what they need. And I think Gen.G would even be, it behooves Gen.G to kind of give over the next like 2-3 jakes to C9. Let this game go later. Let themselves get some more items, get some more gold. It's not clear to me that they actually scale better than C9, but they could find a really good sleepy trouble bubble. They could pick someone out here. They could claw their way back into this game. And now comes the positioning earlier on into the river. I like this. A lot of sort of poke coming in from BDD and Ruler. A little bit of double up onto life. He's got to get rid of his shielding at least. Fudge zoning away Rascal, not allowing that collapse to happen. But it's going to be 3. Caught Sleepy Trouble Bubble on to Blabber. But Gen.G kind of playing this like all over the place here. That's a big, oh, that's a cut in half here. On to Sven. He's going to get knocked up here. It's going to be a dead Sven here. Getting caught by that Sleepy Trouble Bubble was not in the greatest ideal. And now it's going to be Soul over to Gen.G. If they don't even just take the fight outright, they're trying to make the turn around here. It's going to be a jump on to Vulcan. They're trying to keep him alive here. Clid is actually going to burn down here. It's going to be a traded kills here. And actually, Fudge just won the 1v1 with Rascal. Perk's kind of sitting in the middle of this Unleashed Power already used. And Blabber's just 1v3ing. And there's just not much else to be done here. Forced to go golden. Perk's going to get predicted out here. He's actually going to get caught out. BDD just flashing forward here. Fudge trying to actually carry this whole thing himself. He's going to try to jump on, but he cannot get the damage out. And now Perk's at 100 health is just going to have to walk away from this. And that is going to be a tragic turn of this game here going over to in Gen.G's favor. And this is going to be Mountain Soul. This is going to be Mountain Soul here. Sven getting caught out here. Not flashing. Not getting away from that bubble. May have just actually like doomed C9 to go home way earlier than expected, like at least 2 games ahead of expected. This is just absolute tragedy for them here. So BDD with the bubble. Actually, it's going to be coming over. Yeah, he's going to be able to hit that, but the bubble follow-up is what really cements this. The heal can come out, but there's just plenty of damage. Clid just using everything he can just to blow up Sven. And at this point, like, Fudge is just like handling Rascal on the backside, but he's going to be way too low to really continue the rest of this fight. Your shield is going to actually help win it out, but the rest of this just Blabber going all the way in. Sleep actually is what keeps Perks away from the fight. So BDD just really doing like just chaining spells, and it's gonna be a third bubble. It's gonna be like the third bubble in like this whole set of like replays, and BDD is just doing so much work here. Fudge could have gotten that last auto if it had critted, would have actually finished off BDD. So like BDD is actually hard carried that entire situation here. Like that is a fall apart moment. That is a fall apart moment there for them. Gold lead still 3k in C9's favor. 5,000 gold lead, 5,000 damage out from Fudge is pretty massive, and Perk's just kind of literally asleep throughout that entire fight. That's actually what's so sad, is that like the amount of bubble chains that were just the number of bubbles that came out from BDD that connected was actually insane. They didn't even need to like secure the Paddlestar follow-up damage. It was just stunning someone out from being able to, stunning Perks out from being able to participate in that fight. And also like, you know, beginning the pick onto Sven that just like turned that whole thing around here. So, and Gen.G now actually getting bold, going into the jungle themselves here. Fudge, I don't think he's actually calculated for this here, and that's going to be Charm on to life. And Fudge, I think you're going to be caught out here, my friend here. Paddlestar is going to connect over. That's going to be a Sleepy Trouble Bubble as well. Going to kick over into the hands of Rascal. Clid's going to secure the kill here. 4-2-1 on this Lee Sin. Clid cannot be stopped on this character. That's going to be a dead top laner. He's got, Fudge does have teleport, but this is going to prime Gen.G for Baron. They're ready to swing this one back into their favor. Mountain Soul forever on their backs. Teleports is arriving from Perks. But now it's going to be a 4v5 here. Baron's going to be their best friend for C9 at least. 8,000 health still on it. So Gen.G might be actually overestimating what they can do. Unleashed Power, going to go on to BDD, going to cut him in half. But that is not a dead BDD. He still can make plays here. He can still connect his bubbles and his Paddlestar. He can still threaten. And this Gen.G actually like recognizing how slow they're going to be able to take this Baron. And they're actually they're really baiting C9 into this. 5 seconds till Fudge is back up. Gen.G almost backing away from it. And it's going to be a bubble connected on to Blabber. He's going to be able to get the follow-up damage. And he'll be cut in half by Ruler. So a little bit of time wasted there by Gen.G. Top wave in their favor. Fudge will be here to collect it. But this game is starting to get really scary here for C9. Gen G back with hope in this game here. They've been waiting all game. They finally found the series. They finally found the fight. And the series of mistakes just sort of neglecting Dragon 3 on the side of C9, and BDD and Clid just once again just doing everything that they can to get their team the win. And it is showing up here. It's kind of like right now an MVP performance, at least for this game 3 on to Ruler. But right now, if there was going to be like a serious MVP, I'd give it over to Clid, because his Lee Sin pick has been instrumental this entire series. Map control being fought for. Clid could be on the backside here. They should be able to spot out that he's actually like put that ward down here. I think they're trying to catch him. He's going deeper into C9's jungle, but they should know that he's back here, and he's going to catch Sven out, and he's actually made the wrap around here. It's going to be a dead Sven once again. He's just caught out, unable to even Gale Force or flash away from any of that, and now the fight is going to begin, and that's going to be a Scatter of the Week out from Perks, but he's going to get slept on, or be put to sleep once again, and he'll be collapsed on. It's going to be a dead Vulcan trying to actually block here, but the fourth shot from Ruler will secure the kill. Blabber and Fudge doing everything that they can to hold it down, but Blabber has got nothing left in the tank in terms of his health pool, and Fudge has done a lot of work so far in this game, but he is not going to be able to actually do much else here. He's actually going to go the wrong way on the blast cone. He's going to go right back into Gen G, and these fights from Gen G are actually like nutty. The picks being made by Clid, just delivering once again, just delivering Sven into the waiting arms of the Fountain, into his team, and these picks, these initial picks onto Sven, just mean the death of C9. They will not have the consistent, at least a point of consistent damage that isn't Fudge, frankly, because he's kind of doing, he's probably doing the most damage on the side of C9, but that's just because he's the last one to die on the team. And he can just sustain so hard and so well through this. And then Perks just getting put to sleep over and over. Like, forget putting damage onto the guy. Just put him asleep, and he can just not be the clutch factor that C9 needs to win these games. Like, Perks has been just a non-factor in the last 2 fights. And it's just because BDD is just, like, sat on him. So, Clid actually just wraps around here. Like, they're trying to look for him right now. And there's not really, like, this is just a perfect delivery system right now. Just not respecting it. Not respecting the possibility. And at this point, it's like, C9 have to back up. They have to find their way out. And yeah, it's kind of a little smile on Sven there, just for clever girl. Fudge finally actually going to get bullet. No, this is going to be, yep, that's Blabber gone through the Sterix gauge. Gore Drinker not even able to be procced, and now Fudge and Perks, Vulcan trying to fight their way out of this. Sven over on the bot side, not really able to contribute to this. It's going to be a fight in the jungle. It's going to be a 3v5. Sven's never going to be able to ride for this one. Fudge able to get himself out and away. And I think he's going to go down once again. 5-man dive under tier 2. Gen G have taken over this game here. 2k gold lead in their favor. The Mountain Souls just really setting them up to just be unkillable. Bubble's going to connect, and that's going to be a 4th kill. 4th shot from Ruler to secure the kill on to Sven. He's 6-0-6. That's everyone dead on the side of C9. Baron buff in hand, but it's just not going to matter. Minute 30 left here. Gen G are going to 3-0. They're going to wipe C9 off the map. They're going to wipe their hopes of making it any further into this tournament. NA's last hope has fallen. Time to get in on the plane, boys. And Gen G are going to be going into the quarterfinals.